All right. All right, y'all. So, welcome or welcome back to ItsPuddinsT. Yeah, season six, episode one. Where your focus goes, your life grows. Ooh, okay, yes, I got to do that first line without getting into that. It feels good to be back. So, listen, real quick. Let me just say, first, let me do the disclaimer. I'm not only here to teach, I'm also here to learn. So if you have to correct me or if you have anything to add or anything like that, please let me know. Comment, you know what I'm saying? Help your girl out. I did do one full episode, right? And I was like, no, I have to record that over. And I'm glad I said that because there was a reading that I actually did at the end of that one. I'm not sure if I'm just going to clip it and just share that particular message as far as the reading went because it was very, very interesting. At the end, I had pulled a special message that said that your music is needed. So just in case I forget at the end, or if I don't end up sharing it later on, I just want you to get that part because I knew that was the most important part of the message I would say that stuck out to me is that your music is needed, and whoever that's meant for, it may even surprise you hearing that. Okay. And also something else that I was told to put out there real quick, and that's quick five. You have to take a quick five. I don't know, so tell me to say that. For you, because that's only for one person, the quick five comment, that's only for you know who you are. Okay, so yeah. So yeah. But going back to what I was like, help. Okay, so I told myself that I was going to get this episode out. Something is very important about getting this out there. And I told myself no matter how my hair was going because that also played a part in why the first good decent take that I took of this episode didn't share it because I was like my hair was just I just wasn't feeling it. You know how that is. You know what I'm saying? So if you see me fidgeting with my hair, I'm a fidgeter, bro. Just ignore it. It just didn't come out the way I thought it would. But I told myself no matter how it came out, this episode was gonna get out today. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, all right. So I'll brief a little, and well, that wasn't brief. Sometimes I'll be like I'm long winded, but I don't want to rush either. Because some of the best stuff comes out when I just flow. You know what I mean? I know it's a lot of y'all that be really feeling me. Can't be the only one out here that feels this way. But anyway, without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the episode itself here. I just needed to share. You know what I mean? I told y'all this podcast is also like a, you know what I mean? Share. Let's all just help each other out. Let's build this community. Where are my not so normal people at? Where are my weird best friends at? I know I'm not the only weird best friend out here. But yes, I am your weird best friend. Hopefully I'm that person to make you feel kind of normal when you look at me. Okay, so anyway, okay, so going into this episode, this is very important, and I felt like, and I'm also going in a pattern too, as far as the content creation. I have a little routine that I set up, but I am glad that this topic, had to come up first, right? I feel like it sets like a pretty decent foundation because you have your thoughts lead to how you feel, and your feelings lead to the decisions you make and the things that you decide to do and how you decide to do them. So yeah, which is why it's also important not to operate out of fear because usually that's when things can kind of sort of go awry, and then you're like, man, I should listen to myself and shouldn't have did it that way. But I mean, if I if I was to tell you anything, if you would leave with anything from here today, I would say it would be not to be too hard on yourself. You have to be easy on yourself throughout this because you just gonna it's I'm not gonna say, yeah, I am gonna say it's a long road, okay? And perfection is just a fool's dream. I've come to learn, bro. Perfection is a fool's dream. Okay. So anyway, so you'll get the gist of that throughout the episode out. I'm assuming you'll get that by the end of this, maybe. Who hopefully. Okay, so anyway. So where your focus goes, your life grows. So let me pull out my little thing here. Okay. Yeah. And I put out my little pointer, which is not a pointer. It's one of those little book reading lights. I love this little thing though. You know what I mean? And I just like, I use my hands a lot when I talk. So this just kind of, I don't know, makes me feel good. I don't know why it just does. Anybody else like that? Like just me get like, and it's bendy. You know what I mean? Okay. So anyway, so yes. So the first key point I would like to make in this one is before you start your day, right? First step before you start your day, check in with yourself. You'll be surprised. Like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of stuff I try myself. 99% of the tips I give you, I've tried already. It may be one or two things that I find during research before I get ready to put an episode out. So, it I may add it into it depends on what I'm already doing, y'all, because I'm always like trying to work on stuff and trying to grow and self growth, self help, learning about, just checking in with myself, having accountability, things like that, right? So yeah, for the most part, I have tried all these things, and I can honestly say that they either feel good or they worked. And I'll say I leave it at the feel good part because some stuff I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't finish because I'm already doing something. And some stuff I just try out because I'm like, okay, I'm feeling off today, and this also helps me with grounding because it's a million and one things to do when it comes. What I'm saying? It's a million and one ways to do certain things. So, or do anything really, depending on what it is. So I just be trying stuff, y'all. So yeah, so just say that to say that most of the stuff that I do share with you, I have tried, especially this. So yeah, I do this every day now. So I check in with myself, right? Because it does. Oh, by the way, I have my window open because it's raining. It feels really good and it smells amazing. So yeah, I just want to just in case you hear something pass by or whatever, it can be a truck or something. But yeah, so I check in with myself, right? And it pretty much helps you set the intention for your day. It sets how you're going to feel or how you're going to look at things. Because it's like, okay, I'm not going for it. When you first wake up, it's hard. It takes practice. It took me a little practice, right? So I can set my intentions before I go to sleep as well on how I want to get up. I'm like, don't forget to set your intention when you wake up. So no matter what I go to sleep thinking about, for the most part, after a little practice, as soon as I get up, I know, okay, I'm not reaching for my phone. I'm not trying to check anything. I'm checking in with myself and just reminding myself, like, okay, to stay, you know what I'm saying? Stay in this vibe. You woke up in a good mood. You're in a good vibe. Things are going great. Life does not, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't, it's not random. It's not these random events. You have more say than you think you do. You are a co-creator. Like whatever it takes. Even if it's just, okay, I may not, for example, if you have a job that you probably don't care to go to, you just like, listen, it's a means to an end. It's supporting what I really want to do. This is a means to this, and this. This is not forever. This is not the end. I have more say than I think I do, whatever the case may be. It's just an example. Whatever you got going in your life, just and it's not necessarily about being positive. It's about being realistic. Like you are here, you woke up. You know what I mean? And you can manifest, bro. You have the ability to manifest. Like I think what a lot of people that tell you about manifesting tend to leave out is the fact that and don't get me wrong, you can manifest from any place that you are in your life, depending on how aligned you are with certain energies. But what they fail to realize is that sometimes you do have to heal certain things. You have to work through certain things so that you can, no longer continue to manifest old thought patterns. You know what I mean? So you have to change your thoughts, which is what this episode is really about. It's about you not necessarily controlling them, but being more in flow with them and having more say over the positive thought patterns that you have. Okay, so which goes into our second point, right? Which is even more important is having that positive algorithm, right? So let's say you set your intention. So you feel good, you've woken up, you've done your routine or whatever the case may be, whatever you do when you get up. And I'm sorry. And you decide like, okay, so now I'm gonna jump on my phone. Now it's time to check to see if I have messages, missed calls, or whatever the case may be, right? Okay. Some of us get on the toilet, we get in the restroom, and we start going down our feed, whatever social media, whatever that may be. Even if it's checking messages from family, friends, whatever the case may be. This is where you start to have to like pay attention. What are you feeding yourself? Right. So if you're jumping on your timeline and there's the news, and of course some people check the news before they leave, they want to know if they have to take an umbrella or something like that. Whatever you check the weather, just these girls, I'm trying to keep it out my eye. But yeah, so you check the weather, whatever the case may be, but you end up going on your feed and you end up looking at shorts and reels or whatever the case may be, right? And so sometimes depending on your algorithm, bro, it can dictate your emotions. Like if you're sitting here and you're feeding yourself all the things that you, and I'm gonna tell you what's sneaky. The sneaky ones is looking at people who look like they have it all together or just celebrities or whatever. And you're like, oh, I can't wait till I have that. I want this. I want that. I desire this. I want that. I want to be able to do that. I want to do this. Okay, relax. Change your algorithm. Change your algorithm. Pay attention to what you're feeding yourself on these social medias or whatever you're on. Like I used to watch like fights. I used to look at all the like dramatic, drama, chaotic clips from the reality TV shows. Don't get me wrong, I still watch or take part in little stuff here and there, but it's like now I'm more aware. I pay more attention to like what I'm like, how I'm feeling or how this video makes me feel. Does it make me yearn for more? Does it make me appreciative? Does it make me grateful? Is it entertaining? Does it make me laugh? How does it truly make you feel? If something triggers you, don't watch that. I've said that. I remember saying that before. Don't take part in stuff like that. Don't be watching these things that have you riled up, and then you wondering why you can't you're scattered and you're trying to figure out, well, why my emotions all over the place? Because you just scrolled through 30 videos and they took you on a whirlwind, baby. You're on a roller coaster. So you have to be more aware of the algorithm. Create the algorithm that you want to like see. You know what I'm saying? Create the algorithm that's better tailored to how you want to feel. Start following and listening and watching things that put you in the mood to be motivated or put you in the mood to want to create or do something. Or if you want to relax, watch something that's relaxing. Why would you, if you have someone, if you have a spouse that you're not sure is being faithful to you, why are you watching all these shows with people getting cheated on? That's just triggering the hell out of you. Are you sure you're being entertained? Are you sure? Or is it keeping you in this loop, in this thought pattern? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. So our third point here is like, okay, ooh, this is a big one. Speak on what's working. It's not about having a false it's not like having this false perception of positivity, right? I don't do that either. I don't create. If I feel a certain kind of way, if I'm sad or mad or upset or whatever, I allow myself to feel my emotions and I work through them. I just don't stay there. I always say that there's nothing wrong with having these emotions, but you don't have to marry them. You know what I'm saying? You flow with them, however long that takes. If you have to cry, cry. If you have to talk trash to yourself a little, it's when you continue to do that and you go down this spiraling path that just, you know what I'm saying? But no one says ignore your feelings. No one says to just keep this toxic positivity. Like some people are too positive when it's not time for it. Like I'm not gonna lie. He's like, I ain't trying to hear all that right now. I need to be in my mind feeling me. Let me adjust and because sometimes those emotions are really truly helping you to like figure out. Because sometimes you like, why did I get so offended? You need to trace those feelings back because it could be them, the person that's talking to you, or 9 times out of 10, it might be you. It might be something that happened and it may have nothing to do with that present moment. So that is very important. Okay. So just make sure you speak about what's going right in your life and you keep that because before you know it, you'll have more things to say that's going right in your life. You're like, dang, things are really changing. They really are. And if you find yourself fighting to not talk about the things that are going wrong and to not talk about things that are negative, that's also a sign right there for you to be like, oh man, I probably really do talk more about stuff that's going wrong than I thought. So yeah, just make sure you be more mindful of that when you're having conversations and bring stuff up. Don't be so quick to talk about, oh, what went wrong that day? Something went right that day. Something. And if you can't figure out nothing and you feel like everything is just going wrong in your life, you might need to try your best to create good things that you can talk about. Even if it is like, okay, everything is going straight to shit, but I have the ability to make I can choose to just feel better. I don't know, y'all. I'm just trying to give you a good example because I don't really know what to do. I might have to consider that. I don't know what to do with someone who doesn't have anything good to talk about. I don't know what to say. I guess you can ask somebody, because sometimes it's hard to notice and give yourself credit too. So ask a friend or family who, of course, who you know is not a hater and not, you know, who can compliment you without it, going somewhere else, because that's not the point. Make sure, and you're aware of who you can talk to and who you can bring stuff up to. So, and that's another sign. If you feel like you can't bring it up to that person, I probably shouldn't be talking. Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, ask someone else if you can't figure it out. Be like, what's something that you think I'm good at, or what good quality you see that? Because I'm having trouble seeing it in myself. Even if you don't want to tell them that, just ask. If you're just curious, just ask. Okay. All right. So, that ties into the next point. The fourth point we have here is, yeah, limit or cut off people, places, or things that just don't feed your growth, baby. Uh, they're negative. Even if they're not hating on you, they can love you to pieces. But every time you talk to them, they're draining. They have nothing good to say. You kind of avoid that call. It's just the fact that you care, so you don't, and you listen, and you feel it in you. It's like sometimes the conversation can be normal, and as soon as they go into that little spiral, you're just like, ugh. It's like you roll your eyes, and you feel bad for rolling your eyes because it's like, I love this person, and maybe they do have real stuff that's going on that they can complain about. You just don't want to hear about it every single time, y'all. Talk. And if you're that person, get it together. Okay. They do love you, but don't nobody want to hear that. And then you be like, well, why do we talk to this? It's because they tired of you. Well, not you, but they're tired of you not looking at the brighter side of things. Some people are their biggest downfall. I'm sorry, that's not funny. Okay. Okay, and number 5 is to remember to stay in the present moment. That's pretty quick last point I have for you guys. Um, remember to stay in the present moment. That's I I've said this 100 times. A lot of advice sounds so simple, right? And it is. And like, but once you start implementing it, it may not seem like it is. But of course, like with anything that takes practice, you'll get better at it. Like I said, there's many one ways to do these things. So find what works for you. Um, Usually I drift off very quickly. Like I daydream, fantasize extremely quickly. I'm a visual person. I can visualize like it's nobody's business really quick. So it's easy for me to drift off and slip into the past or the future. I think that's all of us though, especially with the times now, and people are just honestly, people just want peace and they just want the cost of living to go down. Um, so that's pretty much where everybody's kind of focused on for the most part. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm digging it because people are a lot more loving and peaceful. Uh, And the internet also shows you that too. So go and put that in your algorithm. Go and look at people do these random acts of kindness and stuff like that. There's so many people, even with you. Ain't that the dopest feeling when you go out to like the store or something and you have this random interaction with a strange girl? It's super dope. Like when y'all nice to each other and you go your way, they go their way. Beautiful. Okay. But yeah, but I'm trying to think because honestly, I need somebody to help me too. As far as if you have any tips, I know I'm here to give tips too, but I'm also here to take them, baby. If you have any tips for me on how I can stay in the present moment easier, um, usually I'm already gone and I drifted off for 2 to 5 minutes, and then I come back like, oh, and then I'm more aware, so it helps me to not do it again later, if that makes sense. But like that first initial, in other words, I fall back into old patterns, and then sometimes I'm just like, oh no, wait. And but then I had to gently remind myself that at least you're trying. Okay. At least you're trying. Okay, so I think that was all I had for you guys today because I didn't want to keep it too long. I didn't want to keep you guys too long today. So yeah, that was about it. That's all I had. And my natural girls. Somebody help me, please. Someone email me. I'm gonna have my website wherever you see this at. I'm gonna have it available so you can message me. I have all my contact information on my website. You can also, if you scroll to the bottom if you scroll to the bottom of my website, you'll see multiple ways to contact me: email, text message, whatever the case may be. So, y'all, I don't know why I won't say keep because I only felt like this. I felt like two twinges. It was like you're forgetting something. I don't think so though. Besides, I already brought up the fact that they're reading. And I'm still not sure if I'm going to share it or not. Because I really wasn't digging the outfit I had on that day either. Um, But I do want you to know if you are working on music, you need to listen. You've heard it too, and I feel like you've heard 1,000 messages. You've seen it. You probably even watched some tarot readings or something. And here and there, you've had these little signs, these little ninjas. They may even be big ninjas. I call them ninjas, but it's called ningle. I think ningle is the proper term for it. But it's a tingly feeling. You know, your intuition, and you get the little do 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 do. Is this message for me? Whoever you are, sir or ma'am. I'm getting more of a certain masculine energy, but sir, man, whoever you are, you in particular, get it together. They need your music. We need your music. I'm probably gonna end up listening to it. Okay. And I've been looking for more high vibe music like Abel Hart and people like that that makes music like that. Shout out to Abel. Um, but that high vibrational music, we need that right now. Because a lot of things you realize that you can get rid of as long as you have decent replacements. So yeah, so love you guys. Thank you for joining me for another episode. And please enjoy the rest of your day or night, evening or whatever. And until the next episode, peace out.